Welcome to Castles to Cauldrons, where every journey starts with a little bit of magic.
Welcome to episode 30 of Castles to Cauldrons. My name is Jason Davis. I am here with Myka, Rachel, and Terri. I got them right this time. Look at that.
Throw it in the last name.
Huh?
We throw in your last
I
name
always
there.
throw in my last name.
Not
Does
always.
he? Not always.
No.
No, they caught me off guard.
I thought I always did.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep it in. I like it.
I'll cut it.
No, don't cut that. I liked it.
Rachel's back with us.
Hi.
She had stuff to do last week. We never mentioned that. She wasn't on mute or anything like that. But we were very appreciative that Allison came in and helped us fill a spot that Rachel didn't have any interest in talking about.
I was at my daughter's dance recital.
She's
You
in
were.
mom stuff.
You were doing mom stuff.
This is my favorite time of the year. I know the past couple episodes we've talked a lot of HHN, so we're going to continue to do that with some news today. There's 2 new houses and the overall theme for the event. I'm really excited because the 2 houses we got were original houses. In the past, always my favorite houses have been the original houses. Overall theme though is going to be called the Conservatory. Basically, it's how the park's going to theme, and they said that the whole scare zones will kind of intertwine with this theme. So we don't have any announcements for scare zones yet, so we can't really get into that. But just the aesthetics of what the park's going to look like at night. With stained glass and vines, I think it's going to look real pretty. And the medallion in the arch will probably be stained glass. But the really cool thing, I'm going to start with the least of my favorite of these 2. Hatchet and Chains, a demon bounty hunter, is the most recent as of this recording. We're recording on Tuesday, so there might be more announcements by the time this comes out. This is based off of a scare portion movie, a B movie they made up for Slaughter Cinema 2 last year, which is all in the Old West. And you have a bounty hunter that's going after demons. I think it's going to be great. They've said there's going to be a lot of lava in this. It's going to be a hot house. I'm excited for it.
A hot house when it's already going to be like 100 degrees.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Go
wow,
through it.
it's a stretch.
Well, they usually have a cold house is what we've called them. Like they had a Yeti house a few years ago, and it's pretty cold.
And then last year was the Ghostbusters one that was cold.
So they put them in this the sound stage so they can keep them pretty cold in there. So being something in the West where it's kind of hot and demons, and I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna look good too. It was only 2 little scare zones or scare sections in the house last year. No thoughts?
I mean, I'm not as excited for it.
Because you don't know what it is. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say, that
Well, I mean,
might be
just-
like a sleeper hit because you don't have any expectations. So maybe it will be one that you like more than others. I won't, but maybe you guys will.
I'm still holding out hope for a Viking theme thing because I don't know why. I just have that stuck in my brain. So
the last spec map that came out, which was last week, does still hint at a Viking house. So hopefully you
It
get
does.
that. Which in the past they had a Viking scare zone. And they tend to pull stuff from like this Hatchet and Chains. They pull it from other areas they've done. So they've done a house where it was based on, like Dead Man's Wharf a few years ago, was based on a scare zone, and they made it into a full house. So they had the Vikings was actually in the same scare zone as the Dead Man's Wharf one.
do they do like a survey afterwards to be like, which scare zones do people like better? So that gives them idea of which scare zones they'll pull and possibly make houses out of?
Kind of, but I think they more or less judge it over the popularity of it. Like how many people stay in it and whatnot. There was does Mr. Sweets last year was a house, and it was a scare zone for 31. So I really think everybody liked that one a lot more because of how well themed to Halloween it was. And they said, hey, we're going to make the actual backstory to all this as a house. So it kind of brings this up. And the Trick or Treat did the same thing a few years before that. They did a Trick or Treat scare zone, turned it into a house.
And how many houses total
10.
are there usually? 10, that's what I thought.
Yes.
So is it like
And
5 original and 5 IP type ones?
That's exactly how they run it.
And then how many scare zones?
It's 4 or 5.
I could see how that would be hard. That why you would have to go multiple times to get through everything if there's long lines. Like 10's a lot
Yeah.
to try to get through.
Every time I've gone through every house first night without express.
What do you? I was just saying, well, did you have express pass? So no.
No. Now last year
What-
it was kind of cheating because I did premium scream, so that was the lower crowds. We did every house twice that year, but every other year before that, I've gone through every house for opening night.
I mean, but
We're-
if you've been to those types of like Halloween type things, like those lines do move pretty continuously. Like you're not stopping to wait to like load onto a vehicle like you do a
Right.
ride.
it's a big conga line going through them. So
Mhm.
it's-
So you're usually consistently moving the whole time. You're not standing still in one spot for very long at all.
the only times that you don't move is when they have express come through or the RIP groups come through, and then they stop the line, let those people go through. I mean,
Do they also stop the line to like change out cast members
No.
and stuff in the? No,
they keep the.
they probably have their backstage stuff where they can just
Yeah.
switch out without you even knowing.
You'll see them come through. You'll see everybody come in black robes when you know a switch is coming through. So you'll miss scares, but they won't stop the house.
Terry's like, give
like,
me all
yeah.
the mistakes.
Yeah, put me on that
I want
schedule.
to. I want to know when they're switching out the
Yeah, I need
the
cast
team
rotation
members.
schedule.
Yeah.
Terry's gonna have to sleep with the bathroom light on that night after we get back from HHN.
Mike is going to
Pretty
play all the scary
much.
movies, like all the Jason movies, over at night. That way, they.
Just
my
gonna
God.
take like a Tylenol PM, knock myself out. So we'll sleep all night.
We'll have some things like left in your room as gifts. So when you come back,
Like a
hate all of
severed
you.
hand, like a little
Oh
fake
my-
severed hand. in the room.
We'll get a stand up in one of the little closets or something, just peeking through.
She'll
That's
open
just
it and
spooky.
Jason's
That's
there.
creepier than like the severed hand or anything. It's just the thought that someone's in there. Oh my gosh.
Just a nice.
Like,
little-
what
Like a
time do you
speaker in there, and we'll start talking. Terry.
I'm gonna kill you all.
I'm going to request the room next to you that's connecting.
So you can.
You like scratch on the walls and like, let me out. Let me out. Anywho, what time do you start? It's like if you want to get all of these houses in, if you don't have express pass, if you don't have RIP, like do you wait till like it's dark? Like
No, you start going as soon as you can. So
okay.
if you have stay and scream, or if you have a day ticket and a HHN ticket, you can go to a stay and scream area, and you queue up for the house you want to go into. And as soon as that house is ready to go, they start loading you in. So I hit 3 houses before the event officially started one year because of being able to just run in, do those houses, come out, and then I watched the opening ceremonies and went to the next houses.
Like, how many puns can we make with the word scare here?
I mean, that's what they call it.
Opening ceremonies.
Yeah. Rachel's
So how long does it take you? Like,
just
you know.
depends. Like if I have a strategy, and it's a decently known strategy within the HHN community, but not many people listen to it. Let's talk about the second house. I'm actually super excited about the second house that I cannot say worth a hoot. It's
El Artista.
yeah, there we go.
El Artista.
A Spanish haunting. The team doing this house, this means nothing to you three because y'all don't know any of this yet. But it might mean something to some of our listeners. The team designing this house designed my favorite houses in the past, which were a Blood Moon and Deadman's Wharf. So those were those that really open up. Deadman's Wharf, you saw the set 3 rooms away. It was a lady playing a violin on a boat. And it was a cold house. It was water and it was beautiful. And then Blood Moon was like a cult that was trying to kill people, obviously. And it opened up in different things and it was great. So I'm expecting this one to be like I've talked about in the past, the beautiful house. This one should be beautiful yet scary. Because it's about an artist who all of his artwork comes to life and starts killing folks.
Like I
I
think
think
like
that's gonna be
people
fun.
coming out of like
Yeah.
paintings and like statues coming alive.
Yeah, and the whole house is based off of like spirits that have of artists that have lived there in the past that are still haunting it, and their artwork also comes alive. So yeah, you probably have sculptures, you probably have more painting type things, and it's gonna be interesting.
I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna look really
Yeah,
pretty.
that's what
like
I was about to say.
yeah.
The visuals of that one, I feel like, are
Aesthetically,
be
it's
good.
gonna be really pretty versus like, Freddy, like the Five Nights at Freddy's, Fallout. Those things aren't gonna be as like pretty and fun to go through. Like I feel like this one is one when you're walking through, you want to pay attention and you want to look at the details and you want to see all those little things and you'll want to go through it more than one time so you don't miss things.
I want to go through every house more than one time, but that's just me. I know Terry's with me on this. Terry wants to go through these houses as many times.
Absolutely not. I'll wait for you outside. I'll cheer you on.
We're lucky to get her into each house one time.
She'll just stand outside and wait for us. She'll be like, I'll hold your bag.
I am a great bag holder,
So
phone holder,
I think it's
picture taker. So like these, like the LRTs to the house, since I've never been through them, are they more like you said with the other one from last year, are they more psychologically scary than like boo jump scary?
so
Or
the thing with the
How does that
original
work?
houses are they've put so much work into the backstory that people
Mhm.
don't really understand what's going on. Like unless you've read what Universal puts out or they put out a podcast and talk about every one. But you just walk in this house and it's just a scare, people popping out of the walls and whatnot. And you get the general idea of the story, but you don't get the full
Mhm.
depth of what they were talking about. So I don't really know. Like they try to be psychological, but you can't be psychological if you don't know the story.
without the
of it.
facts?
Yeah.
Okay. But they're all
It makes
pretty
more
gory.
sense if you know the backstory too.
Oh yeah, they're pretty gory.
Great.
And smells. Remember he talked about the
Oh,
smells.
Oh yeah, gross. I hate bad smells.
The best gore that I remember was a Yeti house where the Yeti shoved his hand through the guy's chest. That was great. I mean, there's been like elves eating kids and stuff like not kids, but other elves. It's good. It was fun.
So exciting.
So happier
That doesn't scare
thoughts.
me,
Let's
it
go to
grosses me out.
the happiest place on earth for a few minutes. If you don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean, when Haunted Mansion went down last year, they put Pirates of the Caribbean on Lightning Lane starting July 1st. They're taking it off. Thank God. Like, it doesn't need Lightning Lane. I think the best thing about Disneyland is that Lightning Lane isn't everywhere. So you can get on a ride and not worry about it. Something like as high capacity as Pirates doesn't need it. And it kind of helps with the flow. And if you've been, like I know Terry has this year, that line gets stupid long now with Lightning Lane. So with a regular walk up, it should be great.
Yeah, because normally with just regular standby, it has two lines. Like you split, like you
Yeah.
can pick which side.
Yeah, and then it loads in two different boats, but you've made, like you said, two different lines, so it's nice and easy. But with Lightning Lane now, you've gone here's a Lightning Lane line, and then here's a regular line, and then it splits further up.
And I want to say we didn't do any lightning lanes while we were in Disneyland, and everything went really fast. Anyway, I don't think we had to wait in line.
And
It's not like Disney World,
yeah,
like
and that's
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or something.
Yeah, it does, and that works because there is a lot of stuff that doesn't have anything, so you can get on canal boats easy.
I love
You can get
that.
on
I did. Yeah, I remember doing that.
Port Teacup. So Rachel's going to go to Disneyland shortly, so she can tell us how.
November.
That's still shortly, and she can let us know all about her excitement when she goes out there. Okay, I think that's all we have for news this week. We'll take a little ad break and we'll come back and talk about the moderate resorts at Walt Disney World.
Are you dreaming of your next adventure but overwhelmed by planning? Magical Travel has you covered.
With over 22 years in the business, we specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, cruise vacations, and all-inclusive resort getaways. Our services are 100% complimentary when you book a vacation package with one of our knowledgeable agents. Request a free quote to start the planning process at www.magicaltravel.com. Mention our podcast to be connected with one of our agents you are listening to.
I like staying at moderate resorts more than I like staying at value resorts when it comes to Walt Disney World. Usually we stay at Pop as our go-to when it comes to like just we want something cheap and go. But when it's a long vacation, we want to do a moderate. Disney has 4 moderate resorts, technically 5. Myka forgot one in our outline. I'm going to shame her later because she did not put the cabins.
The cabins. Not the DVC
But I-
cabins.
But I think we covered that
The
on
old
something
cabins.
else, saying how it was the only one that's technically got stuff from all 3 categories
And
in
it's-
it: value, deluxe, and moderate.
In the end of the day, the cabins are the same amenities that the DVC cabins have. They're just older and uglier. I mean, they're if that's you, that's you. Go for it. Have fun with it. If I'm going to stay at the wilderness campsites, then I'm going to stay at the campsites, or I'm going to stay at the DVC villas, not the moderates. Caribbean Beach is the only moderate resort I have not been to. Well, not stayed at. I have been there. We all know Caribbean Beach is the hub for the Skyliner, which makes it pretty much the best reason to stay there because you don't have to hop off of another Skyliner to get to the one you want to go to. I've got our Hollywood Studios. Theming wise, I don't know about it. Besides, it's a beach in the Caribbean.
Really pretty, in my opinion. It's not Disney if you're looking for something like that. I feel like when you're the Skyliner is like floating above it, like it's got the different color like buildings and roofs, like yellows and blues, like you see in the Caribbean. And I feel like that's one of the prettiest ones to walk, just because it's huge. So if you don't like walking, don't go there. But I've stayed there. It's not my favorite moderate, but it's pretty. I mean,
I think
good views, good pools.
I think that's my downside to it is how big it is. And
It is.
Yeah.
2 of the other 4 of these are also huge, but I think this one's the biggest because of how like they had to tear down some of the resort to build Riviera. If you want to stay at this like with the Skyliner and you're staying on the other side of the resort, it's like you got to take a bus just to get to the Skyliner. And I feel like that takes out of that.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime I book it for clients, I try to push the preferred room location just so they're closer to the amenities
Mm-hmm.
because it is such a large resort. And like, coming back from a long day at the park, I don't want to have to walk 15 minutes to get back to my room. I do agree with the aesthetics, especially when you're at Topolino's and you can see it from the rooftop of the Riviera. I think it's a beautiful property. I like the amenities of it. They have a little bit bigger of a room than the value resorts. You still have the outside entrance, which isn't my favorite, but they have the 5th sleeper option, which I think is great for families that, need that extra pull down bed. If you have teenagers that don't want to sleep together, or my kids hate sleeping together that are, 11 and 13. So I just think that having that 5th sleeper option is good.
And the food, I went to the food court, so I didn't really experience like Sebastian's or anything like that.
Oh, I dined there last year at Sebastian's.
Sebastian's is good.
It's good.
Don't they have like bread pudding or something there with bread?
Yeah.
It's really good.
I remember that the food court was pretty okay, like comparatively to everything. So I can't really input on food for the place. I just also remember the walk, like I said, from Skyliner to the main place was kind of brutal in the middle of August. Bonus that it's not on this. You are pretty good walking distance and one stop for Riviera. So all their amenities when it comes to restaurants. We talked about Topolino's last week and how great that character meal is for breakfast. You're right there. So get up in the morning, pop over.
Go get a coffee over at Riviera.
Can't use any of the other amenities like the pools are.
You can't
insane,
pool
but,
hop. Yeah.
being able to, you're that much closer to a nice hotel with some nice restaurants options. Transportation wise, it's just the bus and the Skyliner. So I don't. we've talked about with Saratoga a few months back. You're going to have the internal bus system that takes you around, and if you're going to Magic Kingdom, you're going to stop a few times on the way out and on the way back. So go ahead and have built that time in for when you want to go somewhere. Next resort, Coronado Springs. I've only stayed here once.
That used to be my go-to resort.
It's pretty cool.
I like the tower, the Grand Casino Tower. You just have that deluxe feel for a moderate resort. You have the inside entrance to your rooms. They're larger rooms, no balcony like a deluxe though in that tower. But they're larger rooms. The furnishings are a little bit higher end compared to the village rooms. And then literally right outside of the main entrance, you have the bus stop, which is nice. And then you have a shorter walk to the food court as well, which houses Rick's. It'll house the main food court. And then what else? Oh, like the bars right outside there too.
The big negative I think you did mention is a convention hotel. So that's like the biggest negative of this is that you're there for a family vacation. There is conventions a lot of the time. So you might run into these suits or whatnot walking around.
I don't think it's that disruptive.
It's not like pulls you out of it, but it's just there, right? It's there. It's something being conscious of that you're always going to possibly be seeing these type of things.
Yeah. I usually, when I'm there, because I've been there for conferences, and I've seen conferences there when I haven't been there for conferences, and they usually like hang out by Rick's in the food court because down that main hallway is where the conference center is, and usually people that are there for conferences don't have that much downtime. So like the pools aren't getting crowded from it.
Yeah.
And it's such a large resort that you really don't feel the impact of it. You just will see the suits and you'll see them on their lunch break or you'll see them, coming out or going in. But no, I think it's a great resort. I think it's pretty, I know it's closer to Disney Springs, but I feel like it's pretty centrally located when it comes to the rides to the parks. There's 4 bus stops. That's the one thing I don't like about this resort. That's your only mode of transportation of the buses, and there's 4 bus stops. So depending on, which way they go, you're on that for 3 stops if you're the last one. So that's the only downside.
And
go ahead.
This was was open right before COVID. So
the tower.
The tower was. Yeah. So the rest
2019.
So the NBA used this as their bubble. Like this was one of the main hotels. I think LeBron James stayed in there.
And this was the bubble hotel.
Yeah, there was this, and like all the NBA teams stayed around property. Like Grand Floridian was one of the hotels, but this was like for the finals. This was the hotel. So it's good to know, like that's how high class the tower is that the NBA chose this to be the host versus a Grand Floridian.
And I feel like if you're going to do a preferred room in the village versus the outer buildings, for minimal, you can get a standard view in the tower. Also, I've seen it standard view in the tower, and I've seen the fireworks at Epcot.
Oh, wow.
I've only stayed
from my room
in the village, and it's just been the once. But I really enjoyed it because there was a lot of water features throughout. And then of course, you had the big lake in the middle with what's the Three Bridges Bar and Grill.
Three Bridges, yeah. That's where Sangria University
I was going
to
ask if that's where Sangria University was.
I mean, that's like a cool little destination because that was built when they built the tower. They added because before you didn't have any bridges going across. You had to walk all the way around the lake. So they added that and it kind of helps with getting around.
Yep, to the pool.
Yeah, and then you have that. It's a nice little restaurant there too. So you get that extra little oomph and being sitting there drinking at the end of the park day or whatnot with the sun setting or anything like that. It's a beautiful little location.
I've heard the food's good there too, right? Like
I thought the food was great.
Food's great.
I have not.
They do it's quick service.
Mm-hmm. We would stop there a lot, like coming out of the parks, because that was a trip. It was just me and my husband, and so we didn't want to sit down and eat, so we would just get something from the bar or whatever and take it back to our room. But I was gonna say the theming of this one is not very quote unquote Disney, but I love the theming. I love that. I don't know, that's Southwest.
Casita.
Yeah.
The tower.
It's classy.
The tower is very much Disney though. because it has.
I see.
Yeah.
I was in 2018 before the tower.
So-
I haven't seen the tower.
Destino.
Is it Grandestino
Yeah.
Tower?
Grandestino Tower.
Yeah.
Do y'all know where the name comes from?
Wasn't it like a short or a
A Hispanic name.
So
The three.
Of course, he's getting ready to pull
It's
out
a
his
Dolly.
phone.
I know, right?
it's a Dolly Disney short that was made called Destino.
Oh.
Salvador Dali.
Yeah. So that's why that whole theme is a Dolly style artwork.
So
Destino,
I can
Destino Tower was named after the short that Roy Disney finished between Destino and Walt Disney. It was something that had started, and Walt, if I remember right, Walt passed away, kind of put on hold. So Roy brought it back, and it's a really good little short. If you can go find it, it's on YouTube. Go watch it. Beautiful, beautiful. No words whatsoever. It's all just music. But that's the history. That's why they got the name Destino from, is that tower. And you can see some of the artwork throughout the tower. So now you can go tell all your friends what you learned. All right. The next resort we have is Port Orleans Riverside. This is two resorts in one. It's kind of like the All-Star, how the All-Stars are set up, where they're connected, but there's separate check-ins and everything like that. Riverside is going to be two sides. Alligator Bayou is very much a shadowed, like not shadowed. It's a very shaded area, very old backwoods feel when it comes to the buildings. And then Magnolia Bend is very proper, prim and proper, like old Southern big houses and mansions type thing. And it's beautiful, very sunny on that side. You have the Old Man Island over there where you can fish, you can swim. Once again, a big resort. It has I don't think it's an internal bus system, but it has, I think, 4 or 5 bus stops in the loop.
4 bus stops with the water taxi.
And that's the good thing about this place, is it has the water taxi to Disney Springs, which I highly recommend. It's one of my favorite things to do. Is just usually our first day when we stay here or French Quarter, we get on the river taxi and go over to Disney Springs and then come back.
It's a nice ride.
It is. It's very quiet, very quaint. But if it's in a big drought, they will close the taxis because the water's too low. You have a 5th sleeper option at Riverside, which is a big deal. These rooms also have ceiling fans.
Yeah. So do the village rooms at Coronado. They have ceiling fans. The village, not the tower.
Yeah, I like a ceiling fan in my house. Like, we never turn ours off in our room. So as soon as we walk in those rooms, I turn we were talking about it before we started recording. I turn my air conditioning as low as I can, and I turn that fan on because I want a cold room. Yeah, it's great.
No.
But there's a lot to do. We've mentioned it, but the big difference with all these resorts versus the value is that you get a water slide on all the pools, and then you get that sit down restaurant at all these places. So you have that extra option of somewhere to eat. And Riverside, their food court is good, but boat rides, I don't think I've ever properly eaten at boat rides.
I've never eaten there.
I've heard nothing but good things.
They have good items on the menu, but it's not my favorite place to eat. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you won't go out if you're staying.
You won't go out of your way.
Yeah,
but you're not going
like
to.
Some things I've gotten there have been very, not bad, just meh. And then I think there's like a lobster mac and cheese. Maybe it's there that's good, but I think I got maybe like a steak option or something one time, and it was just meh. Nothing outstanding. It's like I said, like you said, I wouldn't go out of my way to eat there. A lot of times we make reservations there like the first night or something. Like we've flown in and we get there like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we just kind of unpack and then just go there for dinner because it's the easiest sit down place to get to when we're all tired.
Probably also easy to get a reservation at too versus one of the deluxe.
And they have a good bar. Their drinks are very good from the bar that's right outside of Boat Rights.
This is also where Yeehaw Bob is. I don't know if y'all, that look that Rachel just gave me says that she doesn't know who you.
What the heck? What's that?
A Yeehaw Bob.
What's a Yeehaw Bob?
It sounds like Kid Rock.
He's an entertainment option. He's in the bar there.
Oh God!
Yeah, he looks crazy because he looks like Yeehaw Bob.
Yeah.
But
No performances today.
No.
He's not there today.
But he plays piano, and it's a big crowd pleasing type thing where he brings people up to sing with him, and he dances around, and it's an added value to what this place has for some people. I don't think I'd find myself in there, but
he goes from 8:30 to 11:45.
So he does a lot with Give Kids the World too. So that's an added bonus to that guy, is that he's very giving of his time, and he wants to make sure that he's giving those kids the time they deserve. I've never seen Hee Haw Bob, but he's been around for years, and I've only heard good things about his performance and how much he does. So finally, this is my favorite resort of all time. There's a lot of history at this. This was where me and Bethany first stayed on our very first trip. The French Quarter. I love French Quarter not just because of nostalgia. French Quarter to me is like the perfect hotel because it's so small.
It's the smallest on resort property.
Yeah, so it's easy to get around. I think the theming is unmatched.
Yeah,
it's probably the best themed hotel Disney has. When you walk into this resort, it's all those sidewalks are more themed to the roads of the French Quarter. All the buildings have that theme. Every building is a theme of an instrument.
Do they have Spanish moss?
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
They have the baguettes.
The
beignets. Not the beignets.
Baguettes are French.
I know, my bad.
You get baguettes.
It was French.
That's just a piece of bread. Baguette's just bread.
We are not cultured people. You say Latin.
It was like French Quarter, and I'm like,
French
baguette.
word.
I'm like, that doesn't. After it came out, I'm like, that's not right.
So you get baguettes at the Beer Guillotine. This only has one bus stop.
Beignets.
Beignets.
This one only has one bus stop, so let's get that out of the way because it's really great.
But they will go
Yes.
over to Riverside.
So but you're also the first stop on the way back. So if you're going from the theme parks to your hotel, you're the first stop. But if you're going from your hotel to the theme parks, you are the first stop. So you will go through the whole loop of Riverside before you go to the theme park. So you got to mark that in. Going to the food options, they do have the quick service like usual. It's very New Orleans themed, as you would expect, because it's French Quarter. But they have the beignets, or the baguettes is what Rachel wants to call them. Would you like some chocolate on your baguette?
Yeah.
That's
pretty good.
Cool.
I don't know. Chocolate on bread isn't bad.
I like chocolate, but the Scat Cat Lounge is great. They have a live band there. Jerry, Nicole, and Amber, myself, all went there one night last year during HHN for me. We had some beignets, Mickey beignets, and some drinks, and listened to the jazz band. It was real nice. Me and Beth have been there a couple of times just to have drinks. Do they actually have a sit-down restaurant option, though?
Nope, you have to go over to Riverside.
Yeah, I thought that you shared that one amenity. And this is one that you can pool hop back and forth because they're the same hotel. So you can go over to Old Man's Island and swim because they don't have but the one pool, if I remember right, at French Quarter.
It is one pool, correct.
But they have horse-drawn carriages around. They have a 5K pretty much every morning, I think. So it's a cool little resort that you can do a lot of stuff with. And during Mardi Gras season, it's all decorated. They have an old man. I don't remember his name, but he's always the door greeter, and he's always happy, and he's wearing festive stuff. I just like the resort. It's a great little resort.
Out of all of the moderates, where do you put your clients the most?
For my clients, I always want value.
Deluxe or value.
Yeah, not many of them go moderate. Now my good clients, I put in Riverside earlier this year because they did a girls trip. I was like, hey, I know your husband likes more of the upscale stuff, so I can probably sell you a little bit on the royal rooms over at Riverside. And they liked it. They enjoyed it. They didn't like the size of the resort, the walk to and from the bus stops. They got picky on things, and rightfully so, because they do like I said, those upper deluxe rooms. But they liked the experience, and they had 2 little girls, so they really enjoyed having the princess theme to it. What about?
I'll say I've booked Riverside.
Yeah, I'm looking at my CRM, and for the moderates, it's French Quarter and Riverside, and then it's CBR.
I think like Caribbean Beach though is just so popular because of the Skyliner stuff.
Oh,
Mhm.
100%. And that's why it's priced higher too, because they know the amenity of that. So they charge a little bit higher for it.
Mm-hmm. And if
That's
you
why
look
we
at the
stayed
map,
there.
you know what section you want to like request to
Right.
be in,
Mhm.
so you can be close to those areas. Because if you are like Jason and you drive in and you have your own car, it doesn't matter as much how far away you are because you could drive towards the front. But being close to the Skyliner or that Riviera side, so you could walk over and get a coffee at the cafe or go to Topolino's, is really a good reason for it, even though it is such a big resort.
That's what we chose, to stay closer to the Skyliner, and it was a hike. Like you had to go, not very many times in Disney resorts do you have to go over main roads, like where there's a double yellow line to get somewhere, but you had to go over one of those. So we had to like watch the kids every time to go to the food court and everything like that. But we went there like not every day, but multiple times a day we went to the Skyliner. So we chose to stay closer to that and the pirate beds.
I think staying on the Skyliner gives you that little bit added value of if you wanted to go to Pop Century and eat in their, well, not Pop Century, Art of Animation, because no one's going to go to Pop to eat at their food court. You go to Art of Animation, eat at the food court. If you want to go to the Riviera, that type of stuff.
I think people like to go to Art of Animation for the theming when they have kids.
Yeah.
It's
It's
fun
just
to
a
walk
fun,
around.
yeah. It's a fun
Yeah.
resort to walk around.
It's so big.
Yeah.
Like for kids, like everything's just huge.
Well, even
Little
just going into the
Mermaid.
lobby there, because the lobby is so pretty and cool. Like,
And I think that's
That
what
wall of art.
the moderates kind of like. For me, the French Quarter has probably the best lobby because everything else is
Mhm.
just kind of lost. Like you walk into Coronado and it's so elegant that you feel like you're in a deluxe. So it's nice, but it's so big and grand that you kind of feel like you're getting lost. But French Quarter is kind of small, and it's.
I don't agree with
easy to
that.
get around.
I don't really agree with that.
I mean, you can. You're right. You're right.
Well, you go to the right and there's the lobby or the front desk. You go to the left, there's some tables and the elevators, and then you go down the grand steps and you're at the bar, and then you go walk to the food court. I don't think it's that.
Well, the one time I stayed there, we did check in during the middle of a hurricane, so there was a bunch of,
You have a different view
A
of
little
that
frantic,
resort
I guess.
altogether.
We were trying to, get in with everybody else while hurricanes
But
passing.
they used to, Coronado used to have a different section before they built the tower where the check-in rooms were. And you actually go through that area. They
Yes.
made it like a big sitting area, which is nice. Cause I used to work down there too. But, like I would bring my laptop and work at Disney. But I do feel like because of how many outside rooms they have, that lobby does tend to back up when they're checking people in. So,
And that's when you use the online check-in
Yeah.
because it's very
Online
helpful
check-in.
once you get, whether you're driving in like I do or flying in like these three. If you're online check-in, as soon as you get there, I would say about 85% of the time you're going to have your room already assigned to you. You don't have to. And even then, you could just drop your stuff off at Bell Services and go into a park. And once you get that room assignment, come back to the hotel and go in there and put your stuff up.
Yeah.
so nice to just skip the front desk completely and just have your Magic Band or the
Yes.
My Disney Experience app and just open your door when you get there and not have to worry about it.
I don't wear magic bands.
What?
why?
They're
Or
so
use the My
convenient.
Disney Experience app.
You had like the puck, the old school puck. Oh, you
Gosh,
just.
I use-
I can't
Mine's
get into my
literally
room.
sitting right here.
I wish
I have to charge them. That's a good idea.
I wish that
I haven't
get
packed
into
yet.
the rooms with the mobile magic on your watch, but you do have to go into the app to get into your room. And I hate that.
I feel like anytime I've tried to use the app to unlock my door, it never works.
Mine doesn't either. That's why I love the band. Like a paper
Yeah.
stuff with the band. I want a band in real life and just open
Now,
doors.
I
and
do keep
everything.
I keep a puck on my my keychain, and I used to have I think I still do have a band.
Oh, like the
on my-
puck band.
Yeah,
thing.
so I can.
My husband had one of those.
because I hated wearing my watch on the opposite hand because I wore my magic band on my
Good.
watch.
You don't want a tan line?
I have a tan line where my watch is.
Great. You have two.
I don't want to.
I wear my watch and I wear my magic band and my son's youngest ones because I was afraid he would lose it. And I didn't have like the lockable things from Amazon yet. I hadn't discovered those. So I had all sorts of tan lines and I
These?
just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, those are game changers.
Before I discovered, because we have had to rebuy magic bands inside the park when they used to be free. Now they're like $35 a piece.
Oh,
I need to charge mine.
I have like 70 something magic bands from when they were free because we would go.
Oh, when they were free. I thought you had bought 70 something.
No, we have. I'll see if I can find a picture and send to y'all. But we got so many free magic bands because we go for a weekend, and I always accept magic bands because I'm like, Disney's going to give me something free if I'm paying this.
They're offering, I'm taking.
So we had every color of Gen 1 and Gen 2, and then when Gen 3 came out and we had to start paying, we're like, eh. So I have two. I have one with the partner statue, and I have a black one.
I found a couple of the Gen 1s in my drawer. They're so little compared to like what they are now.
I think that's going to do it today for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it, talking about the moderates. Our next episode, we're going to have some fun and just pretend that we are the richest people in the world and have no budget when we go to Walt Disney World. There won't be an episode next week. Rachel and I will be in Walt Disney World with some training with the rest of some of the other agents at Magical Travel. So have a nice week off, and we'll see you on the flip side. But if you want to get a hold of us and plan your moderate, your value, your deluxe Disney stay, or a stay at Universal or any cruise line, you can get with us at magicaltravel.com. Please find us on social media. We're Castles to Cauldrons everywhere. And until the next time, we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.